Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. The Diddy party is officially over because P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs, the one guy who's fond of Alvin and his Chipmunk brothers, or that guy who likes car bombing people, P. Diddy has been arrested. And I wanted to talk about it in a video because I actually, ironically enough, just made a video talking about P. Diddy just a few days ago, a week or two ago, to be fair. I made a video talking about how the cartel is suing P. Diddy because P. Diddy kept asking them to send him children, and the cartel said they don't deal in freak behaviors. And of course, Diddy, being the freak in question, decided to go ahead and get himself arrested recently for every single crime you could possibly imagine. Every single crime under the sun Diddy has committed. He was trying to collect them like infinity stones. And recently, of course, there was this whole arrest that went down. They raided his house. The FBI came in. Look at that. They came into the door. There was a bunch of them that were in green. I don't know why. They're not really hiding from anyone. But regardless, they arrested Diddy as well as his constituents and found a bunch of interesting things in his abode. Things like, I don't know, basic things. 3 assault rifles, 1,000 bottles of lubricant, 1,000 bottles of lubricant, as well as 1,000 bottles of baby oil. He's putting medicine companies to shame right now with the amount of backstock he has in his house because of, I assume, his freak-off supplies. That's not me making up a word to describe what he is. He calls it his freak-off supplies. Life is parody. We live in a society. But regardless, there was a huge legal document that was dropped, and I wanted to go over some of the things in this legal document because all of it is so, I want to say funny, but it's horrible the things he did to these people. Like, of course, Diddy is a predator. He is a child. Sorry, spit, throat. Diddy's trying to, like, send subliminal messages to my throat right now. Ew. He's a predator, child predator, racketeering, criminal underlord. Like, okay, Dr. Doom. We're gonna get to it, though. Let's dig in first with the first paragraph. We're not gonna go through the whole thing because it's like 13 pages long, but I wanted to break down some of the more important parts that really stuck out to me, starting with the intro, the most important part, that Diddy's a freakazoid. And it starts right here. For decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, Diddy, PD, I know, or love, I didn't know, he claimed the word love? Have I been referring to my loved ones as Diddy? I don't know. But, yeah, the defendant abused, threatened, or coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires. We know. Protect his reputation and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on his employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Oh yeah, I forgot that one time that he said he wanted a rapper's car to explode, but then never got charged for anything, but conveniently enough, the same day, a rapper's car exploded. Ain't that convenient? But to continue down this document, let's take a quick look at everything else down here. So the first, 6 pages of this document are purely dedicated to the racketeering charge. You can see, because right at the top it says, Count 1, Racketeering Conspiracy, because he's been running a criminal enterprise. If only we had Spider-Man or any other vigilante, because we still have the Wilson Fisks of the world, unfortunately. But throughout this charge, it just talks about various different additions to it, like how his people that work with him have been kind of aiding and abetting in all of the crimes that he commits. I really like at the bottom of page 6, they talk about how members and associates of Combs Enterprise include high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees. Facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs. I can't take it seriously when it's called a goddamn freak-off. But regardless, stocking the hotel room in advance with the required freak-off supplies. You know, the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. And other supplies, including controlled substances, baby oil, yeah, that one, lubricant, extra linens, and lightning. Oh, it's lighting. I thought, for a moment, I thought he had even Thor working for him. I thought he was hiring Norse gods. Cleaning the hotel room after the freak-offs to try and mitigate room damage. What's going on in there? Well, actually, I know what's going on in there. Lots of things, considering there's 1,000 bottles of baby oil he has in preparation for said, offs of the freak. Things like how he would drug the women he brings to this room with so much narcotics and other various drugs that they couldn't exactly say no to him. You know, like assault, as well as other things. He actually, I saw in the document as well, after freak-offs, Combs and his victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug use. He's streamlined the process of being a freak off. freaking off. He's a professional freak offer. Of course, this brings us to page 11 now, after the first 10 being just about his criminal enterprise, talking about the trafficking, the by force, fraud, and coercion. I don't know why they decided to mix fraud and trafficking in there together, but sure, I mean, they're all crimes. He's going to prison regardless. And then the final charge is count number 3 that says transportation to engage in prostitution. You know, like the crime thing. The thing that he did that's a crime because he's a criminal. I never would have anticipated this. But apparently during these random freak-offs that he would do, I cannot believe that he calls it a goddamn freak-off. But during these freak-offs, he would do various things, of course, like sexual acts, which is the normal, but as well as things like just beating up the women. Just beating the hell out of them. Have you ever considered going to like a boxing ring or something? Or maybe a gym? Work off your frustration otherwise. You don't need to exactly just go Hulk mode on women because you ain't feeling well that day. What the hell? Diddy is actually playing creative mode. Like, he's just doing whatever he wants. He's like building the little villager torture machines, except those are real people being tortured by P. Diddy. The P stands for prison, hopefully. And it's really sad to think about the fact that, sorry, I keep like fixing my hat because his hat's too small for my head. But it's really sad to think about the fact that he would drug these women and he would use that as something he can hang over their head for a reason that they can't go to the police. Because they did hard drugs, as well as like he'd pay them money or he threatened to take money away from them. Are you the bank? I don't really know. Because the thing is, I've heard a lot of people talk about the fact that Diddy has a lot of internal connections with people who we don't even necessarily know yet. There are rumors that he has connections with past presidents, as well as other extremely high up people in the like Illuminati, basically. This man's a member of the goddamn Illuminati, and he's being arrested. He's essentially, people have referred to him as like the rap version of Epstein. Can I say that, YouTube? May I? Thank you. Just kidding. My monetization's gone already. I've said like 17 different buzzwords that make monetization just get sniped off my goddamn video. There's someone probably outside my window right now with like an M8 and the rest of the letters and numbers that the sniper rifle's called that blows your head off if you say these types of words in a YouTube video. Unfortunately, though, this video is about Diddy, so that's kind of inevitable. But what I'm curious about is if Diddy gets arrested, of course, this guy's been doing everything in his power to avoid being arrested. I saw this one timeline posted on Twitter of his various allegations, like how he was accused of assault and the lawsuit was settled. He had 2 more lawsuits, and then he stepped down from his company, got a 4th lawsuit, and then he got sued again by his producer, and then federal agents raided his house, and he still wasn't arrested. That was earlier this year, and he just now is getting arrested. So, like, he's managed to evade prison for a long time now. I saw some articles about how his lawyers have been absolutely slobbering on his fuel rod cannon, dude. They've been absolutely gobbling his meat. And, of course, it's, you know, they're a lawyer. It's their job. But have you ever considered having human morals, Mr. Lawyer? I don't know what their name is. Freak? Actually, no, the freak is the freaking off, which is what Diddy did. So Diddy is the freak. I would even say that Diddy is the poster child for freak. Like the word. He is freak. That's just so I'm still fathoming freak off supplies. Freak off supplies? 1,000 bottles of baby oil? What are you doing? Running a slip and slide company? No, you're assaulting women. That's great, Diddy. I'm very glad. I hope the Chipmunks didn't see you do this. This is unironically like arresting a Marvel villain. Like, they actually got rid of a, like, Avengers level threat because he's been at it for so incredibly long without getting in trouble. And I'm wondering if he's going to be, unalive. I've already said all the other buzzwords. He's going to be murderized in his cell, I feel. I think that's what's going to happen, because the thing is, he has so many connections to other higher-ups that have also done horrible things, because how is Diddy the only one? Be realistic. So, are people going to try and have him incinerated and obliterated and obfuscated in prison because of the fact that he knows all these things? Or is he just gonna try and, like, be in prison and have, like he's gonna, like, have, like, a 3-course meal in his cell every night? Maybe he'll have a party with R. Kelly in their cell. I don't know, but it isn't looking very good for this guy. I also really I saw this one post, dude. I saw this post that LeBron comments on the P. Diddy getting arrested. It's crazy. I was bumping Mo Money, Mo Problems earlier today in the car, and I had a weird feeling that today would be the day the feds will catch Diddy. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. See, the thing is, if you don't know about LeBron's lore, this is absolutely hilarious because he has a track record of lying about everything. Nothing criminal. Like, LeBron doesn't lie about anything, like, bad, but he's just a pathological liar when it comes to doing anything. He'll be like, yeah, no, I knew he was gonna score 74 points this game. No, you didn't. Oh, I read that book 3 times, and he doesn't know even, like, what the inside of the cover says. He just lies for no reason, and this is just another case I think that's hilarious. But yeah, L. Diddy, hopefully, my God, finally, if he manages to escape these charges, I'd be baffled. I'd honestly completely give up on the justice system. We should hire vigilantes. I think the Punisher might have a better time ending the criminal problems that are going on in our country if Diddy somehow manages to escape the cell. Because, like, you're the most criminally convicted man I've ever seen. The only man with more crimes than you, Diddy, is probably that funny Austrian painter. Failed painter. He failed it. He failed at paint. That's why he's a problem, actually. And by the way, this is a very rough summary of everything that Diddy was accused of. If you go through the actual document, you'll see a lot more. But I just wanted to go over the rough stuff because that kind of summarizes everything that he did. But I just had to get it out there. I made the video about the cartel suing Diddy because he is evil beyond evil. But I guess finally the government realized, oh yeah, we should probably arrest this guy. And I'm glad to see it. Finally, someone got arrested. But anyways, I'm gonna hit the road before Diddy finds me, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for being outstanding, and as always, adios, arrivederci, goodbye, good night, and I can't wait to see what billionaire gets arrested next.